Hey y'all, welcome to SoulsReaperHealing. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the background, the sirens going off. I'm doing a fire reading, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We're in Aries energy right now. Coming up on that next eclipse. There's a lot of changes going on. In the fire sign reading, one thing I noticed after all of these, I used 4 different decks. There's a lot of 7's in this reading. 7's and 9's. 9, 7, 9, 11, 7, and then there's a 4 there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and start. First card out was 36, Prosperity, which equals a 9. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Okay, and the thing I noticed was with that card, it talks about abundance, and then the card that came out next was from the Black Moon Astrology Oracle was Jupiter Abundance, number 7. And it shows Jupiter in this card. Lightning. Some kind of storm. Oh, and there's also a figure in that too. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a figure in there. You see that face behind the lightning? Jupiter's up in the top. So there's a lot of activity with the planets, and Jupiter expands everything. So sirens going off again. Ambulance sounds like, or maybe fire. It's the most I've heard sirens go off here lately. Bottom of the deck for the Sacred Geometry Activations was number 16, Conception, which equals a 7. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins, helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and attention. So pay attention to what you guys are manifesting. Thoughts, pay attention to your thoughts. And right now is a time for everybody to set their intentions before we go into this blood moon, and before the eclipse, because things are going to change when that eclipse comes in. Alright, the 2 cards that came out from the numerology guidance: 61, Self-Love, and number 4, Perseverance, heart chakra color. 4s are also your stability. The 3 cards that came out for guidance for fire signs, Soul's Journey. I don't know why I forgot that, but I did. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. This card reminds me of, see the spirals there? Reminds me of the cycles. So cycles of guilt, maybe old patterns of belief that we continuously redone, recreated over and over and over again. We're changing those patterns with self-love. Next card out was success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. This one's in the center, which usually the center, the intention I set whenever I do this spread is this is subconscious. So you may be aware of this or you may not. The last card out from that was courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And this one came out underneath perseverance. Now, the card that came out in the subconscious with the tarot, the Voyager Tarot, was the Universe card. There's a lot of things going on in this card. I do see a statue in the middle. It's a male statue. And that's the first thing that stood out to me. And it does tie in really well because the bottom of the deck over here we have spiritual partnership. So for fire signs, I feel like this is what you're manifesting right now. It's right below conception, which is about creation, your intention, your awareness, what you are bringing in, what you are manifesting. And right below that is spiritual partnership. So a lot of unions are taking place. Those that are meant to come into union at this time on their journey. That is what is going on with fire signs. And like I said earlier, with this guilt card reminding me of cycles. Fire signs are starting to see that they can change this belief in this pattern of guilt. Feeling guilty for whatever, decisions that you've made in the past, things you've done, things you've gone through, because we know that we are the creator. We create, our reality. So what happens in our reality is part of our manifestation, part of our something we created, we manifested. And we're starting to understand, and I say we, because we all have earth, air, fire, and water in our chart. It's just different for everybody, but it is in your chart somewhere. Depending upon where it lands in your chart is to how you will resonate with certain readings. If you have a lot of fire in your chart, you'll probably resonate more with a fire reading, even if you are a sun sign water, just like me. For instance, I am a water sign sun, which is a Scorpio, but I resonate a lot with fire sign readings because I have fire in 5 planets. So the fire readings resonate with me a lot of times, and then sometimes my rising will resonate, which is an earth energy, but I don't have a lot of earth in my chart. So it really is more about paying attention to your body, paying attention to how you feel when you're listening to certain readings. If you feel calm and your stomach isn't acting up and you don't have a headache or you don't feel tired or any of those things, you're just very balanced. Normally that is an indication, and you have to pay attention to your own intuition. Normally that's just an indication that I've discovered that means that I'm listening to the reader that I need to listen to. If I start feeling weird, start feeling upset stomach or get a headache out of nowhere, or start feeling just tired, start yawning out of nowhere, then I know then that that particular reader is not for me at that time. So just pay attention, guys, to your body. Pay attention to what it's telling you, because your body will let you know. But with the success in this universe card, I really feel like we're stepping into the space before this eclipse, understanding that we can be successful with the changes that are coming with this universe card. And the success card says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So we are having an understanding within ourselves that love is the highest vibration. And that is the way that we have to, or not have to, but the way that we should manifest things in our life is with the vibration of love. And when we're in this, like we've been working on self-love for quite a while, and taking care of ourselves, nurturing our passions and our creativity, the things that we love to do, changing our old patterns of belief, behaviors, all of those things, because we are wanting to create new things in our lives, things that are for our highest good. And that's where this courage and perseverance comes in. Because in order to step out of that comfort zone that we've been in for so long, we have to grab onto that energy of courage. Allow yourself to flow with all the things that are going to be changing, because there's a lot of things that are changing, and being in a comfort zone for so long, it tends to be a little unnerving, a little scary, because everything is going to be different. Things are going to change, and if you can stay in this vibration, this self-love vibration, taking care of yourself, being mindful of your thoughts, what you're feeding your soul, what you're feeding your body, your physical body, you can stay in that vibration and create beautiful things. Because there are partnerships going on with fire signs. We're manifesting, we're creating this this partnership that's coming in. We know, and I don't know if you guys have felt it, but you kind of feel that. Something is changing and something is going on, but you're not for sure what it is. You just know that something is different. If you keep journals, I keep a journal. When I feel drawn to write something down, I'll write it down, and then I can look back at it later. But you'll be able to witness, if you sometimes it's hard for us to see the changes we've made within ourselves. But if you can look back on like a journal or something like that you've kept track of, different things that have happened in your life, you can physically see it in writing where you've made changes. Because I know sometimes it's hard for us to physically look within our world and see if anything's changed. Sometimes we get complacent or sidetracked, or we're just focused on so many things that's going on in our 3D world that we're not necessarily paying attention to the changes that have gone on within ourselves. And I didn't even mention this, but on the bottom of the tarot deck of the Voyager Tarot was the Empress card. So, truly being in the Empress energy. There for a while, a lot of us were in masculine energy. And I feel like a lot of us have changed, switched to where we're pulling in more of our feminine energy. Being more balanced. The last couple readings I've done, not these last couple ones, but the ones before, were about balancing out the masculine and the feminine. So now, with this showing up on the bottom of the deck, I really feel like it's preparing us for this spiritual partnership that's coming in. We have mastered the balance of the masculine and feminine now, because this is part of the journey. You know, we were in masculine to protect our hearts during our healing process. And then we started embracing and bringing in more of our feminine energy so we can balance those two out. And that way, because whenever this partnership comes in, we have to have that equal balance, masculine and feminine, in order for everything to progress the way that it needs to, so that we can make the appropriate decisions. We can look at things and you'll be able to spot them right off the bat if something is off. You'll be able to see through different facades, different avatars, as I like to call them, because throughout our lives we've created multiple avatars to accommodate where we were in our lifetime. Created different personas, different versions of ourselves, because that's what we thought we had to do in order to protect ourselves. But now we're releasing those creations of ourselves, those avatars of ourselves, so that we can fully embrace who we truly are within. Now, on the bottom here of the Black Moon Astrology Oracle is the Grand Cross Provoker, which is an 11. And I'll have to look in the book to see. I think that is Mars. I'm pretty sure that is Mars, but I will read that from the book, because with the Grand Cross Provoker here, if that is indeed Mars, and then we have change here, Aries Energy, and that's what we're in right now, is this Aries Energy, which is, you know, getting things kicked off for fire signs, for everybody really, because the energy of Aries is present, so all of us are feeling it, just in different aspects of our lives. But this change card being below this Grand Cross Provoker, it's just telling us that, you know, there's a lot of things that we've gone through, there's a lot of changes that we have made for our highest good, and this is preparing us, because we know that there's different things on this journey that we've had to go through in order to be where we are right in this moment. In order to heal those things within ourselves and embrace the new things and the new changes that are going to be happening, we have to be in this energy of courage and perseverance. And we've been in courage and perseverance for quite a while, just getting through all of the things that we've needed to heal within ourselves. And I understand, you know, guys, it is a journey. You know, a lot of us have been through a lot of things that people would look at us and say, how are you still here? How are you still functioning in real life? You know, how, you know, it just, how? And most of us, you know, fully aware of the Creator, and, you know, just say, by the grace of God, I'm here. If it hadn't been for that, I don't know. You know, and a lot of us are aware that of the higher power, and that we are here for a purpose, and we're not allowing others to define who we are anymore. And that Aries energy is really giving us that push that we need. I mean, we were already heading in that direction, but that's why we're stepping into Aries energy, and because we need that little extra boost to push forward. It's like the last leg of a race. You know, I'm getting that vision in my head of someone running a race, and they're at the very end of the journey, the very end of the race, and they can see the little banner that's I don't know what it's called, but that little rope that's across, you know, the finish line, and you can see it. And this Aries energy is pushing us. Just that last little push that you need so you can get across that finish line. But I'm going to go ahead and read this 36 prosperity card, and then I'm going to read the Jupiter abundance card. See what little extra nuggets it can give us of insight. There might be something that might stand out to any of you, you know. Different things can stand out to you. Numbers, colors, specific images in the cards. Any of those things, even just a certain word that I might say, might be something that'll stand out to you. There are cases, you know, where certain things I might say may trigger you. But if that does in fact happen, just know that it's something that you need to see within yourself so that you can heal whatever it is that triggered you. So let's see what this says. 36 prosperity. The new energy, yeah, we're in new energy for sure, is asking us to revisit and redefine how we want to perceive many human concepts, to help us recreate a reality that reflects a new and more expanded consciousness. The way in which we perceive and experience our state of prosperity is important to the creation of our new reality. So how we look at prosperity. The word prosperity originates from the Latin word prosperous, which means doing well. But this entails much more than just our financial wellness. The original meaning encompassed the totality of our well-being, including our health and happiness, as well as our success. Sadly, it seems that we have lost this meaning over time. We have grown accustomed to measuring our success, and thus our prosperity, by the reflection of our bank accounts. The new energy invites us to reconsider our feelings of joy, love, compassion, and connection to self and others. In addition to the fulfillment of our more mundane and physical needs, all are part of our sense of prosperity. In this activation, the abundance of rich, deep, and vibrant colors refers to the abundance of experiences that the universe provides in any given moment. Experiences that resonate with all parts of our being and activate all the energy centers, chakras in our body. The swirling movements indicate the constant change that is at the core of our human experience. Their predominantly green and turquoise colors indicate the importance of letting all these experiences flow through the heart center, where we can connect them with our inner truth before we express them in the external world. The forest in the background and the double squares support the activation of prosperity on the level of our earthly plane and in our daily lives, so that all of our needs are fulfilled, those on the emotional and spiritual plane, as well as ones that ensure our physical survival and well-being. The flowers at the corners represent the beautiful potential for new life, new possibilities, and new riches that grows from each new moment. The number 8 is the manifestation number, referring to our capacity to create our reality and our prosperity on this earth plane through an open heart and clear, focused intention. I like that. I really like that. And you know, with that perseverance card being here with that green, you know, it's talking about heart chakra, and I did mention something about that color reminding me of heart chakra. So activating, clearing, cleansing our chakras. But I really feel that the heart chakra has been one of the ones that was kind of, we were healing, cleansing, and clearing all of our chakras up until like last month, or month, maybe 2 months ago, we started having that clearing of the heart chakra. I mean, we've been working on it for the past couple of years, but I really feel like the heart chakra is kind of the last one to really be, purged out, because when we were in masculine energy, we were blocking and keeping our heart chakra protected, because we were working through all the other healing, so all the other chakras were being cleansed. But I'm going to go ahead and read this Jupiter abundance, and this I really want to see if that is Mars in that provoker, but I think it is, which would be Aries energy. But let's see what this Jupiter abundance number 7 card is. And I'm also going to look, because it will tell me what it represents in the tarot. Nice, guys. This card represents the Wheel of Fortune. So let's see what this one says. Expect doors to swing open. By far, the largest and most magnanimous of all of the heavenly bodies in our solar system. In the Roman pantheon, Jupiter was referred to as the king of all gods. Jupiter corresponds to the Greek Zeus and the Norse god Odin. Because Jupiter is so vast and expansive, this planet is the gate opener for better luck. The earlier Greeks called the planet Jupiter Pantheon, which meant the brightest star. Because of Jupiter's immensity, it is one of the easiest planets to see with the naked eye. As the ruler of Sagittarius, the centaur, Jupiter, if I can talk, obviously tell retrograde is going on, Jupiter has a role of being half human and half beast. The planet Jupiter casts off more heat than it takes from the sun, and thusly, this giant planet is one of generosity and joyfulness. In astrology, it is the great benefic, the soother of hurts and bruises, and promises a period of good fortune when hard luck is coming to an end. Similar to Saturn, Jupiter can represent the father and what you have inherited from your father. When the energy of Jupiter enters your reading, you can be assured luck is on your side and fortune shines on you. You are being given not only a gift, but also a lift, if not divine help. Blocks are being removed as you wield influence through your own positivity and goodwill. This is certainly an astrological lucky break. But you won't be able to kick back and rest on your laurels. Instead, you'll be required to attend to what you set into place and keep the positivity and attention flowing. You must continue to nurture the energies to the projects or events you have started. Otherwise, they could fall into entropy or decay. When it comes to providence and fortune, there's always a payment due, some toil or sacrifice on your part, so do keep this in mind. You are on your way, just don't neglect things or become lax in your endeavors, which are traits of Jupiter as well, meaning the possibility of taking important matters for granted. Because Jupiter can make you feel happy and complacent, you may have to watch out for weight gain and for other ways you indulge yourself and others. It is important to keep a watchful eye and not skim over the details in any matter. Since Jupiter is strongly tied to the law and ideas of fairness, you may find your opinions and convictions rather strong at the present time. Jupiter is represented by largesse, so try not to become overbearing, as this attitude could sabotage all you have worked for. If you feel at the moment you are in a dark period of time and you have drawn the Jupiter card, be assured blessings are on their way. Doors are opening. With generosity and in faith, it is time to walk through them. The Jupiter card gives a positive spin to any reading. Keep this in mind regardless of the surrounding cards. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's see what the Grand Cross broker. I just want to see if that's Mars energy. And that's kind of what I'm feeling off of it, but let's see what it says. That's the 9 of Wands. Let's see. Grand Cross is an area of tension in a chart that's becoming a great catalyst for movement and change. A rare astrological configuration, the Grand Cross, also called the Grand Square, occurs when 4 planets form a perfect cross in the skies. These planets are around 90 degrees from each other, meaning there are 4 planetary squares 90 degrees apart and 2 planetary oppositions 180 degrees apart. Squares in the astrological chart cause tension and restriction. Oppositions as well are seldom soft aspects. They come with the pressure to grow and the will to exceed any limitation put in one's path, but the Grand Cross is the most rare and intense of all. In mythology, this alignment represents the four directions. The Grand Cross, also called the Cosmic Cross, is symbolic of the four seasons, equinoxes and solstices, as well as the cross-quarter days, indicating a period of time when your life may seem at cross purposes. Usually when a Grand Cross occurs, it indicates a crisis, yet through this calamity will be a painful process of growth, then renewal, and eventually a greater foundation for happiness and success. Strangely, it is almost as if the planetary energies are in competition with each other. I mean, we do have a lot of planets right now going. I mean, there's a lot of changes going on up there, so this may be a rather exasperating time when you feel provoked and frustrated over booby traps that seem to have been set in your way. It's as if everything is working at cross purposes. You feel pulled in many directions. Such false leads and failed plans may leave you unable to produce concrete achievements. An area to look at when Grand Cross card comes up is how you communicate. Are you communicating as well as you should? Are you abandoning a worthy project the minute it loses its shine in an effort to capture a larger, glossier prize? But more simply, in your effort to accomplish more, are you juggling balls in the air? Do you notice as you juggle if you are stuck in the same spot that not much has been achieved? When this card presents itself in a reading, it suggests that you are multiple talents you are able to access as well as numerous paths you can take. Focus and organization are key. Until this matter phases out, expect resistance since opposition in the main energy field of the Grand Cross. Once on track, the momentum towards the attainment of what you desire will be impossible to stop. It mainly has to do with the shifting of energy and switching into gear. In regards to relationship or love, they will have a faded quality. Spiritual partnership. You will not want to let go of a person no matter how hard it gets. There will be sacrifice and compromise with this relationship, and it will be one where you may want to bump your head against the many walls that seem to fly up out of nowhere. You're being challenged, and if you do not weather it out and see what the future brings, you will likely always regret letting go of this relationship. If the question is about business or career, know that it will happen, but it will be hard. You will have to be willing to walk the miles. Diligence will be required. What is positive about the Grand Cross card? You are becoming more realistic and focused. You won't be attracted so much by glitz and glitter, but looking more towards stability and long-lasting success. A good thing to remember is that it's best not to fight the hard lessons at this time. In fact, this is a period where you need to take stock of all that has brought you to this place. It is time to draw upon your own strength. In doing so, you will move from uncertainty into a place of peace and contentment. It still doesn't say on here if that is indeed Aries energy, but I do kind of feel like that's Mars. I think Mars is the red planet. I don't know for sure. If you guys know, you can just leave it in the comments. But I really feel like that is Mars energy. And usually I don't read the universe card, but I'm kind of feeling drawn to read this card from the Voyager Tarot. So let's see. Where are the majors in this book? It's been a while since I've used this book. Universe. The universe symbolizes the law of universality. You are the universe. Like the center stone, you possess within yourself a universe of possibilities. When you can see in your mind's eye exists. Like Michelangelo, sculpt anything out of yourself. A flower, a city, a god, a star. Go for it, do it. Like the stone, you are whole and perfect. But as the uncompleted sculpture, the awakening giant, your life is an unfinished process. Always in a state of becoming, you are simultaneously completing and beginning. The universe within is emerging as you grow more aware, diamond eye, emotionally expressive flower, and physically regenerative, chipping away at the old stone. I guess I should have held this up there because it does have all of those pictures in that it's talking about. Oops. Sorry, guys. Recreate your life through death and rebirth and build for yourself a new universe of new people and places. The shadow or negative side of universe, your problem is where to move and what to do. You are overloaded with possibilities, confused and indecisive. You become paralyzed. Like the stone, you become stiff and stuck, unable to change. And usually, I only read the negative sides of these cards if they show up in reverse, but this one showed up in upright. So, being the creator, creating our reality, and I think I did talk a little bit about that when we started. But yeah, this is what I have for you, fire signs. Being prepared for a spiritual partnership. Are you guys excited? Stay balanced, ground if you need to. I've been spending a lot of time working with plants, growing things, sitting outside in nature, just being present, guys. Try to be as present as possible. If you need to ground yourself, go outside, someplace, where you can just hear nature without a lot of background noise. Make sure you're taking your spiritual baths, cleansing. If you don't have a bathtub, utilize your sage to cleanse your area, incense. There's teas and stuff that you can also help with your body and purging. Drink lots of water. But yeah, guys, I'm excited. There's a lot of good things going on here, fire signs. So this is the message I have for you guys today. I hope it resonated. Thank you all so very much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And I will see you guys soon.